Reselling is the easiest job ever. All you have to do is go around and you'll find tons of items to make tons of profit on, and not really a lot of work or time involved, and not really hard to find good sellable items. So that seems to be the thought process that some people want to put out into the world and into the universe, when actually everyone watching this video knows that's not true, especially in 2024. So let me give you guys kind of a quick overview thought process, because I've seen in the community lately on social media and YouTube and Facebook, people going all out there and yelling at YouTubers and yelling at this and that. And let me tell you what my thoughts are on this. YouTubers, the majority of them that do reselling content on YouTube don't make a lot of money. Very few get over $1,000 or $2,000. The mass majority never gets to that number. In order to get to that number, you have to have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of views. A lot of YouTubers, or a lot of wannabe YouTubers, are doing it because they're hoping to make money, because they're either burned out on reselling, they hate reselling, they're not real resellers. There are a handful who are legitimate resellers who are doing the work of reselling, or who have put in their time, whether they backed out of reselling or not recently. They have done their part, right? Like Ryan and Rally Roots is a great example of this. They are people who've been reselling a long time. They put in their dues. They still resell on a very solid amount. It's not necessarily eBay. They do a ton of whatnot. I think they're pretty transparent about that. But they do a lot of YouTube content, or they did. Now, they backed out of that as of recently. You know, they went their kind of like hump where they went down and didn't post a lot, and then now they're posting a lot. So a lot of YouTubers are hoping to make that YouTube money. In fact, there have been a few people who have been bullshit liars about reselling, who have faked it until they made it at YouTube in order to get that YouTube money and become a full-time reseller. There is a big argument in the reseller community that if you're a successful reseller, you don't have time to make YouTube videos. You wouldn't be out here sharing your secrets. You wouldn't be making content for the world. And that's simply not true. Now, again, there are people who are that person. They're lying. They're on YouTube because they're not cutting it as a seller, or whatever the reason might be. They're not actual sellers. They're just entertainers, right? But there are several handfuls of people who are both resellers successfully, making full-time money, good money, and are also on YouTube. YouTube doesn't take a ton of time unless you're like a Casey Neistat or a Mr. Beast and you're putting on Hollywood level videos, right? For what we do, sitting behind a camera, talking to you guys, it's not a ton of work. It's not a ton of editing. When I say a ton, it's not all day. It's an hour or two at most. So you can absolutely be a reseller and work at YouTube. I think I would be a perfect example. I don't think a lot of people realize just how hard I do work and how much I put in. You know, on top of just my reselling and my normal stuff and wholesale and listing, and then putting out this content and responding to the emails and messages, I would put the amount of emails and messages I respond to on a daily basis up against any other person in this community. I promise you I respond to every single comment or message and email, and almost every single comment, or as many as possible. Nobody does more than I do. I promise you, it's been that way for years. It'll always be that way. I respond to people who reach out to me as long as it's not ridiculous. And as long as you don't write me a 10-page novel, I don't respond to those. I'm not reading them. So with that said, it is possible to be both a reseller and a social media content creator. I'm also now running a listing service, a fulfillment center. You know, it is a perfect example of exactly what I'm telling you guys. It is 9 p.m. Eastern here, and I'm sitting in my office, a little behind the scenes here, sitting in my office, prepping stuff for photos, for listings. You guys can see it. Items I've already done, items I'm working on, some items I just set up, some more inventory over there. Woo, making you guys a little vertigo, nauseous there with that. It never stops. I'll probably go climb in bed after a shower at 9 o'clock, about 9:30. I'll probably get a shower, climb in bed, and I'll work until midnight on my computer some more. It's just, I'm just built that way. I know it's not for everyone, but yeah, if I didn't have YouTube, I would save myself a whopping hour and a half at best, responding all the emails and messages and YouTube and comments and social media. You know, 2 hours on a busy, crazy day. It's really not that much work. So I'm sick of hearing people say that YouTubers and, reseller, or YouTuber can't be a reseller, successful reseller. That's just simply not true. The other side to it is, why do resellers always show all the good things? Why do they show that it's so easy to make money and all you got to do is go to the Goodwill store and you'll find tons of stuff? Well, because if they put out videos that they went to Goodwill and only found one item or didn't find anything, they wouldn't get views. Let's be honest. Nobody's going to watch a video that shows you doing nothing, right? It's not exciting. Think about the storage auction unit shows, right? Storage unit auction shows, say that 5 times fast. Nobody's going to watch them if they don't find the Hope Diamond in every unit. That's why they're always staged. The storage auction shows on TV are staged. It's reality TV. I know it's hard to imagine. It's staged. Do they find good stuff? Of course. There's always treasures. There's always good stuff. Is it every single unit, one after another after another? No, of course it's not. But nobody's going to come and watch the TV show unless they put that they found a diamond ring in this one, a gold bar in the next one, and a 1960 Mustang in the other one. It's just nobody's going to watch it to see that you found grandma's pots and pans that are worth $10, right? But that's the reality of what we do. We don't always find iPads and MacBooks and computer screens and everything sitting in every single storage unit or every single thrift store that we walk into. However, if you want to be on YouTube and you want to get subscribers and you want to get views, you have to post the extravagant big stuff, which unfortunately caused a lot of people to fake videos. They would take Burberry stuff into a thrift store and pretend like they found it, or if they knew the owner of the thrift store. There's a hugely popular YouTuber who I won't name, but he is, a god of thrifting. He knows the owner of thrift stores, and he would have them hold items and put them up on the thing and stage the find. I mean, Christ, in practically half the videos I've seen, walking into a thrift store, this person you'd see the jerseys, the Michael Jordan 1985 Olympic jersey, already pulled out, sitting on top of the rack, not even hanging. Nobody else in the thrift store. Are you kidding me? It's staged, guys. It's just for entertainment. And the reason they do it, whether they're a real reseller or not, is because at some point when you do become successful on YouTube, you can make a lot of money, a lot. Again, the majority of resellers don't get to that number. I would bet if you took 100 people you've ever watched on YouTube, less than 10 or 15 of them make more than $1,000 a month. Maybe a few of them are making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and only a couple of them at best are making north of $5,000 a month. Being fully transparent, you can go to a website called socialblade.com, socialblade.com. Look up your favorite YouTuber or go to their channel and copy and paste their URL link into there. Look them up by name and find out how many views. Down about the bottom, on the kind of middle bottom, it's going to say their 30-day view average. Let's say it's 100,000 views. YouTube pays based on 1,000 views. So if you have 100,000 views, YouTube's going to pay you 100 times. It's one payment, but it's 100 sets of 1,000, right? Because you have 100,000 views. Each one of those sets of thousands for the reseller niche is anywhere between $10 and $15 per thousand on average. Some people are higher. I know some in the $15 to $20 range. I hover around $15 to $16, just depending on the month and the time. During Christmas, it's a little higher, but right now it's probably like $15. So if I had 100,000 views on a month, in a given month, that's 100 sets. 100 times 15 is $1,500. That's what I would have made for the month. My channel averages somewhere between 200 and 300,000 views. So 200,000 views for me is $3,000. 300,000 views for me is $4,500. $4,000 is about right. That's about what I earn every single month. I know some people say, you're not allowed to say what you earn on YouTube. That's false. It's a complete myth. YouTubers made up that myth because they didn't want the bigger community to know what they were earning, because they were afraid if people figured out how much money they were making, people wouldn't watch them anymore. So my channel averages around 4,000. Some months can be 5,000. I had a 300,000 view month, or 350,000 view month rather, a couple months ago, and I think I made like $5,200 or $5,400, whatever it was. I did a month in December, not this Christmas, last Christmas was like $65,000 or $7,000. So I've made as much as $9,000 in a month, but average about half that, about $4,000. 35 is probably a slower month, 4,000 average, 45 to 5 is a good month. So it's a great chunk of change. I can't live off of it. It doesn't pay the bills, but it does pay quite a few bills. It'll pay the mortgage. It'll pay the electric and the water and all those type of bills. So it's really good to have that money. I don't have to have it, but it enables me to live the life that I like to live. A lot of people will never get there, like I said. You got the, successful Ryan and Rally Roots, and Josh from Harry Tornado does really well, and Cincinnati Picker did really well. You can go onto Social Blade and find out real quick how much people are making. So for every 1,000 views, it's about $15. If they want to get those views and they want to make that money, they're going to make outlandish videos with outlandish clickbait titles and thumbnails in order to get those views. But please do me a favor as a YouTuber. Don't go to somebody's channel and go, oh my God, you just did this for clickbait and views. Duh, yes, that's the point. If somebody's going to spend the time to go on YouTube, they're going to do anything they can in order to get people to click because they spent the time to make this content. They want you to see the content because they believe it's entertaining or they believe it's helpful, and it might be, and because they want to get paid for that content. They want to make money, and the only way they're going to make money is if they get you guys to click that content. And if they have to do something outlandish in the thumbnail or the title to get you to click it and it works, mission accomplished. That's the job, right? We're not trying, some people clickbait you to purposely deceive you, like airplane blows up in house and then the video is about a cat. That's just clickbait and that's dumb. But if somebody puts, 87,000 IRS agents hired to do audits and you come on and go, oh my God, it's legitimately telling you about the IRS and taxes and help, then it's not clickbait. It's not the way that it works. A lot of you guys throw that word around, clickbait, like without actually understanding the full concept of it. So don't rag on YouTubers unless they're obvious fakes or they're obvious frauds. Like if you want to get on those people, fine, so be it. But there's a lot of us that do YouTube legitimately. We are resellers. We do have a business. I have a listing service, a fulfillment service that does thousands and thousands of listings a week, literally per week. I have my own reselling business. I have my own wholesale operation. I have my entire social media aspect. So there is time if somebody works hard and is good at time management. But there is a lot of people who are fake. So I will agree with that. But that's just kind of my TED Talk for the night. Hopefully it makes sense to everybody. Don't get on YouTubers who use clickbait or titles to get you to view their videos. As long as the content is good, then so be it. Let them do what they want to do to get the views. Let them get paid. The majority of people who try YouTube never actually make any real money. They might make a few hundred a month, maybe 1,000 or 2. They're not making full-time income. Probably the better part of 10% or less do that try it out. Many fail. And reselling's not easy, guys. It's hard work. It's a lot of work. It's 10 o'clock at night, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, listing and pulling. Once you build the business and you have it established or you have employees and you have an operation, then you might not have to work so late, right? Then you can sit back and chill and relax. Otherwise, you got to put in the work. And right now I'm putting in the work because I built a listing service and I built a fulfillment center. And right now it's taken a lot of work to get it going and get it rolling. So that's the story, guys. Appreciate you watching. It's Monday, May the 6th. 2024. Happy Monday. What a way to start off with a bang, right? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a little something about it. I hope you learned a little something about YouTube and social media. I hope you guys think about what you watch and the content you watch a little differently now and think about reselling a little differently. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. I'm going to go get in bed, like I said, get a shower and get back to work on the computer. My best friend these days is right there. Thank you, as always, for watching. Hit the like button. Really helps the algorithm. That like button, basically, it helps other people see the video, helps the YouTube algorithm send it to other people, which, of course, will get us paid more if they click. And the more engagement we get, the more comments and the more likes and the more you guys watch the videos and the ads, the higher that rate of money, that $15 will go up higher. So that's why we always tell you guys to hit the like button, and it means a lot to us because it really does. We appreciate it, and it only takes a second. If you subscribe to the channel, you won't miss future videos, which I'm going to have all week long. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next time.